Hi, I'm Tom Brennan. I'm the chairman for CREST USA. I work with a company called Mandelbaum Salzburg as their chief information officer, and I'm also a partner in a firm called Proactive Risk. In the early 80s, I was introduced to like the TS-802s, traditional like Z80 stuff, CPM back in the day. Kind of dates myself, of course, because we're going back to the early 80s. Kind of a flashback. But in the summer of 1983, I particularly remember going to the movies with some friends to see a movie known as War Games. And surprisingly enough, that had a significant impact on me as I also wanted to play those games. I learned technology both from hands on building equipment from parts, as well as then learning how to code on various databases and projects at that time. Again, this is the late 80s. We still laugh at this sort of annually when most of the team or the crew, as I would call it, meet up annually at DEF CON and raise a glass and have a conversation about what's new and what's changing in the cyberspace. I enlisted to serve my country in the United States Marine Corps as an 0311 or infantry, and then I volunteered for the role of amphibious assault prior to the Gulf War. Unfortunately, my career was cut very short. I suffered a service-connected disability and became a civilian again back in 1991. But with a hybrid of physical and logical security, I then put 100% of my energy and effort into technology, and my focus aligned to security because we had both the physical now and the technology background that has really served me well for the last 30 years, building, breaking, and defending technology. In 2007, I became aware of CREST by friends from the BBS days that were still doing critical infrastructure work in the UK. It was a requirement for many of their projects to be accredited. At the time, I would kind of watch the business activities of CREST as a nonprofit association from 2007 to about 2017, while I was also serving as a member of the global board of directors for the Open Web Application Security Project, or OWASP as it's commonly known, because that 501c3 not-for-profit, serviced about 35,000 people in 110 countries. And they were very passionate about software security, particularly in the open source space. We had similar goals, meaning to improve software quality and software security. And also during that time, when I professionally worked for firms like Intel or Trustwave or IOActive, I contributed to several CREST initiatives that I was then later nominated to sort of lead the U.S. advisory. Even though it's a nonprofit, it is a business. We have to look at the sustainability of the organization. We have to always be focused on the mission. And I've been working for CREST International now for 3 years. At the core, I believe that if you're going to have an annual checkup, you should go to an accredited doctor. If you're going to have brain surgery, you probably want a specialist that has deep expertise. And if you need legal advice, I would hope you'd seek a licensed and practicing attorney in the segment you need assistance on. So representing CREST for me is kind of simple. I believe in the mission, and I really try my best to assist with critical infrastructure focus because these organizations have unique requirements, and they're usually looking for sort of the best talent in the space. And I think CREST does a really good job representing those organizations that meet those requirements. So since CREST is a global organization, it has regions, and each region has people that are helping the mission. Today, CREST is approximately 52 people worldwide. So, as a growing nonprofit that is helping organizations have some assurances around the services that they're buying, again, CREST provides a very valuable service for organizations, individuals, and people that need these services. A lot of activities with CREST has been doing in the United States has been really focused around the 16 critical infrastructure sectors whose assets, systems, and networks, whether they be physical or virtual, are considered so vital to the United States that their incapacitation or destruction would have a debilitating effect on security, national economy, public health, safety, or any combination of. This really falls under the Presidential Directive 21 PPD 21 that I first got exposed to when I worked with SafeCode under Howard Schmidt. But again, with SafeCode, their focus predominantly was software security. And CREST's primary focus is on the accreditation of individuals and organizations that provide, value in this space. So at the tip of the spear, I work with government and commercial peers to raise visibility for our members, raise value or understanding of what CREST does as providing management of a registrar of these organizations and individuals. I encourage people to visit the CREST website, which is crest-approved.org, to see a list of the existing 239 members as of today, and that continues to grow globally. Globally, the organization makes an impact too. Recently, efforts included a $1.4 million grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to assist with cybersecurity expertise, both with individuals and organizations in low income countries, and enable local markets to address the growing cyber risk in digital financial services. There's many announcements to come in the second quarter of 2021, and CREST is certainly an organization to keep an eye on. The way I see the cybersecurity evolving is I believe we will continue to see deep technical knowledge areas surface, providing career opportunities for those that are very passionate about the topic and subject. I look at CREST, being focused on penetration testing, cyber incident response, threat intelligence, and security operations services. These are expert level roles. These are not necessarily entry level positions. So when you become a member of the CREST family and demonstrate technical competence in these disciplines, it's very important because these are in short supply. I believe that cybersecurity is a very open and collaborative industry. If you're making a 24-month plan of what you want to do and where you want to be in the space, I would highly encourage you to take a look at what you're doing now, seek a mentor in that role, and technology enables that, whether it be over social media, communications, Discord, whatever it may be. But find some folks that you can work with to understand sort of what the role is that you want in 24 months. And then invest probably about 6 months of your life, unfortunately, to evaluate your current skill gaps, what's needed, volunteer, intern, work on some local projects, and sort of demonstrate that you have the skill set required that can help you get into those roles. The most successful people that I work with in the industry love what they do. They have a passion for it. So find those unicorns and join active organizations that share your values.